Okay, so first of all, congratulations to your movie. I really enjoyed it. And so music is a real central theme in your movie, and why? And that bonds the characters, and the character listen to a really specific type of music, so punk. So why do you think is the music nowadays, the punk, still so present and so important to this youth?
Well, when I grew up, okay, I'm only a little bit older than the characters, I'm 29, but when I was their age, I guess punk and hardcore and metal and whatever, it was a bit more in the zeitgeist, or it was more, I'd say, the popular music that you're a little edgy, but it was fairly popular, where I think nowadays it's actually even more edgy, it's actually even more underground, and so it was a bit selfish in a way, because I could then put like music from that I love, bands that I love. There's a lot of licensed music in the movie, so I could indulge a little bit in the soundtrack, which was really important. Like for the actors, I even burned them like mixtapes like of music to listen to get them ready. So music was there from the get-go, and like I said, it's the selfish answer is that it's a bit of a tribute to I guess my taste and my teenage years, but it bonds people. I think in romance films, people don't bond enough on pop culture or culture in general, where I think if you get to meet somebody, you're basically going to ask, what do you do in your life? And eventually it's going to unfold into either movies, music. It kind of has to. And being marginal, going out of a punk rock show, meeting a girl, meeting a guy, you instantaneously form a bond, because it's kind of like you're two against the world, and you're intrigued, and yet you already share this. And I actually think it's a good not stomping ground, but it's a good base for romance to blossom.
And so why did you choose this romance or this love story to have an expiry date? It's really unusual, and it made the love story really authentic. And so why did you choose to have this expiry date?
I think, I don't want to sound dépassé, but I think it's closer to, I guess, a younger generation a little bit. Like the actors are 18 and 20 when we shot. Now they're a bit older, but still, I think the way we relate to commitment nowadays is a bit different. You know, I'm only 10 years older, but like when I would have experienced a breakup, we would have people say like, there are many fishes in the sea, like don't worry. And now it's almost the opposite. We know beforehand that there are way many fishes in the sea, like with social media and whatever dating app you have. And so it's actually the fear of commitment comes from you don't want to like close doors to opportunities, I think, but hence you might actually experience something really meaningful without committing fully. And it was really interesting for me to do a love story in which the characters don't say "I love you," in which it starts with a sex scene, which is I maybe unusual in movies, but really not that unusual in real life. So it was really trying to flip on its head a lot of the tropes of the romantic comedies and drama genre, basically, to be closer to. Like I said on stage, but like a more relatable love story, a less idealized vision of love and relationship.
Yeah. And so how did you create those characters? Did you had really character traits in your mind, or did it change completely when you then saw the cast and found those two actors?
Well, the written characters came first. I don't necessarily write with the specific actors in mind, because I actually enjoy a lot the casting process. I guess I am a bit of a perfectionist, but on some things I let go really easy. But on the casting, I'm like extremely picky. And so we wrote the characters first. Even like the story had a kind of a loose backbone, but then we did extensive casting, and we found those two actors, and it's a chemistry, it's a romance. So you need not only to have good actors separately, you need to have. They need to be beautiful and good together. Like when we auditioned, there were, let's say, some people, they were good actors, but it looked more like a brother-sister relationship, or it looked more like, and with Rosemary and Anthony, the two lead actors, there was that extra spark. It was there. We could expand from it, but it was already there.
How many people did you cast?
Oh, I saw. Well, but we also had like self-tape and everything. We saw. Okay, for the guys, it's not true. We didn't see that many. We see like maybe 15, and we cast Anthony first to have like a fixed parameter. We saw probably 40 young actresses, but it was. I don't do like 10-minute casting. We actually like sit down and speak, and I try to be really respectful because it's so hard to be an actor and like to get there, and you don't want to make them feel like they're numbers. And oh my God, I would be. Oh, I don't know how they do it. I have tremendous respect for them. But so we had a lengthy casting auditions at the time. We saw probably 40 girls, and then we had a callback session. We had our 6 favorites to like speed date Anthony to see, not speed date, but like we had them rehearse the scene where they meet in the movie. So I think it was a good try, and if they can convincingly portray that initial spark, then the rest will flow like magic.
So what was the most fun or the most challenging things you experienced while turning the movie? So on set.
The most fun was to actually crash a punk rock show, like for real. Like we had we bought tickets and then we went in and we shot a real mosh pit at the beginning of the movie. So that was like, because everything was so organized and we had like actors on the clock and everything. And I had that existential crisis where I was like, we're doing a punk film, we need to do at least one punk thing. So we actually did that and it gives a lot of production value because, well, of course, because it's the real deal. And so I would say maybe that was the most fun, but just working with 2 really talented actors, that's super fun.